Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In this video, we are going to be going through the melee DPS role quests. This is the next one in the batch to do. After this, the only ones that will be left are the magic DPS and the range DPS. Now, I had thought about waiting until I had gotten Ninja leveled up. The way I had it planned out, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the earlier role quest parts, but how I had initially thought about doing these is having a job associated with that city to do it. So like Limsa would be ninja since it's melee DPS. Tank Gridania would have been is tank, so that would have been tank. So obviously that would have been Gunbreaker because Gunbreaker started in Gridania, and healer was kind of a strange bit because there was no healer related to Alamigo or Ul'dah. So I thought about waiting until I got Ninja, but I'm just gonna get it over with. Storm Cloud's Brewing. Now I have done these on my other character, but I skipped all the scenes because I didn't want to read any of the story. So let's see what the story's about this time. Well, Cecil on behalf of Admiral Blowfishwind. What did I call him? Admiral Blow? Let's go with that. I can't remember what I called him. I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa. On behalf of my people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering the star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plagued Radz-at-Han have been sighted on the Lanosian coast. The Admiral is much in the maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foe, and as such, your expertise in this arena would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Sure, I will do what I can. Wouldn't it be too much for a hero? Well, it won't be too much of a hero if I refuse, would I? I'll do what I can. Excellent! The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Limsa as soon as you're able. The Secretariat of the Maelstrom Command will apprise you the details upon your arrival. Okay. Off to Limsa. Limsa we go. Yeah, I thought about doing it ninja, but I didn't want to wait until I leveled up another melee DPS, because how I plan on going about leveling is I'm going to do Summoners next, as you can see, so I can get Arcanus leveled up as well. So that will set up one magical ranged and another healer, which I'll never use. And then from there, I would go down the list. So I would probably start with the ranged magical DPS, then the physical ranged, and then the melee, and then tank. So by the time I get to melee, it'll be far overdue. So that's how to get it over with. Sticking to how I've been leveling. Well, actually, no, I lied. After the Summoner is done, I'm gonna go back and do the other healers. So our Astrologian and Sage. Then it's the DPS. That's how I'm gonna go about leveling. Our man at Radz-at-Han told us to expect you. I will inform the Admiral of your arrival. Let me tell you, it's not easy leveling two characters at once. How I've been doing it is get one character to level 90, switch to the other character, get a character over there to level 90, or jump over there to level 90, then switch back. Kind of keep swapping back and forth while keeping up with roulettes. Glad you could join us, Tesla. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. Although you and the Scions averted the final days, blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions, Vilbrand among them. Tell what we know. The first report came a few days ago when one of our men patrolled Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most likely source. Sahagin. We've been treating their temper for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all their alarming detail. They speak of a most dreadful sight. Their spawn brothers transform into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incident in Radzahan to be a mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and foremost of the most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy, as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but as long as this abomination remains to harry us, we cannot truly say the storm has passed. Unfortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare people from the horror that befell Radzahan, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral Blow has decided to keep those involved to a minimum and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Sure. You have my thanks. We'll depart at once to meet with our Sahagin allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tide Gate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. Okay. Now, you make a lot of trips to frickin' South Gate. That's pretty much all you're doing. Go back, come here, go to South Gate, back here, back to South Gate, and do it like so many times you get sick of it. Alright, since I'm not in Ultima Thule, because I turn the music off when I'm not in Ultima Thule, because I love the music there. As much as I love the Yumara music, I like the Ultima Thule music a lot better, for obvious reasons. So every time I'm in there, I always turn off the mount music. It's well past our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagin are nowhere to be seen. They do not seem to be the sorts to break their word. This bodes ill. Let's leave this place to the guards and search Hopstone for any sign of them. Okay. Yeah, that guy had the right idea. He's using ninja. Uh-oh. Noel's in danger. Quickly to his aid. Alright. Get past this one fate. Guy, all right? That wasn't a threat. Well, for me. For you in the story, it might be different. Many thanks, Starwalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You two have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly. Thank you, my friends. Those gassy beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet it brought me no joy to watch them die. For unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago, they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics avail us not. Aye, 'twas no curse. 'Twas an evil like no other. Innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies? Pray tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Cecila. Turn into beasts by the power of despair? That is horrifying. This is horrifying indeed. Thus far the phenomena here in La Nocia has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say. Yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them is yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shorewalkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of her kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsa and Limsa. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now, they seek to summon the Lord of the World anew and can consign all finless ones onto a briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations? Just so. Those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kind to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this: are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Words only so simple. All but a few who are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from the present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Unfortunately, our most capable ally stands with us, for this woman has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. The great Cecila in the flesh! Honor and might him stand in your presence! Together we will weather the storm and usher in a new age of harmony, this I swear. There is much to be done. For now, let's return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we will share it with you. I ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I'll watch over my spawn brothers and pray no one succumb to the change. Alright. Back to Limsa. We'll be doing this a lot. Coming back here, back to Limsa, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth! This is pretty much all you do. I mean, it's pretty much what you do in general, really. What do you get with these quests? I don't know. In my opinion, I prefer the Questarian Road quest better. Those seem more interesting to me. But that's just me. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Null, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. Tis a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once you have located the Blasphemy, I'll need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly, the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Well, don't you know it? I've seen the end. Your timing could not be better. The Emerald just arrived just this moment, returned from meeting with the Sahagin. I shall inform her of your arrival. Cecila, I'm glad you're here. We've decided on our next course of action. As you know, we face two distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagin may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumb to the change have all been afflicted with the crushing tide, who continue to affiliated with the Crushing Tide who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put such a stop to the phenomenon as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance of peace. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we shall work in tandem with our Sahagin allies to redouble our patrols. Should the Blasphemy surface, we shall share this knowledge and more immediately dispatch the threat. At the same time, we will just pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table and see what can be done to convince them to stand down. A key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing. God damn. The lingering issue of securing land for the spawning grounds. Ugh, it sucked my throat. This is a discussion I intend to approach with an open mind. It will be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds and have faith that we will succeed with the Sahagin as well, as long as we parley in good faith. We're going to have to question time and share that sentiment. You're wise to temper your expectations, but I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, no sent word that Wendell, a priest who styles himself the leader of the Crushing Tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I will parley with him face to face at the Samson spawning grounds and would have you at my side, if you do not object, that is. Excellent. In that case, pray join me at the South Tide Gate when you're ready. From there, we will go together. Lord. Back to Tide Gates. That's like I live here now for the moment. Oh boy. Yeah, I prefer the Crystarium and Grove quests, honestly. Those seem more interesting than these. All prepared, are you? Dao is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his error. I was told he would be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he's been delayed. Let us speak with Sahagin here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed the light on what may be keeping him. One more thing. I come here as a representative of Limsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. I trust that you understand. And with that, let us be off. Okay. Doing this nonsense. Now this escort stuff was pretty cool at first, but now it's just a little annoying. I mean, it's a nice change. What is this? Since when are filthy Shardwalkers free to shoot upon our sacred spawning grounds? Pray to forgive our intrusion. We seek an audience with Speaker Dao. Where might we find him? You will do no such thing, Shardwalker. We have forgotten what you did to Lord Leviathan. Be gone! We won't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. Why do you trespass our domain, vile Shardwalkers? We mean you no harm. We need to come only for a peaceful parley with your leader, Master Dao. Where might we find him? We desire no parley with the Shardwalkers who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we Sahagin would grow and flourish. Your grievances are justified. That is why I would speak with Master Dao and work toward a peaceful solution. Empty words from the famous Shardwalker. But so be it. Soon you shall learn the futility of your efforts. Speaker Dao is currently overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You'll find him by the entrance, though mark my words, you will wish you hadn't. We shall see. I thank you for your aid. Alright, let's see where this is gonna go. Shore walkers are our spawning grounds. To what do I know this displeasure? Speaker Dow, I presume. Our apologies for entering into your home unannounced. I am Merweb Blow, Chief Admiral of Limsa, and this is Cecil Rai. We come seeking a parley that we might strive for peace between our peoples. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict will lead only to needless suffering. The menace both our peoples face is great indeed. If there ever was a time to set aside our differences to come together for the greater good, it is now. I invite you to join us at South Tidegate for formal negotiations. Shorewalkers and Sahagin coming together? What assurance do I have that you will not slit our gills the moment we set foot within your territory? I can offer naught but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you into our home as a show of respect. I do not trust you, Shorewalker, but let it never be said that Dow the Crescent Tide was a coward. I will accept your offer, but attempt any treachery and subterfuge, and your people will drown in their own blood. Farewell, Master Dow. I look forward to a productive discussion. Let's return then. I shall send word to Noel as well. I would have our Sahagin allies join us at the parley. Alright. Back to Tidegate. Hello, lady. Thank you for joining us here, Master Dow. The air here sickens me. Be brief. Alright, let's get straight to the heart of the matter. A common threat looms before us. One more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagin and Limsa alike. These circumstances call for a swift and united action. You doubt our intentions, but I remind you that we have liberated many of your kin from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and countless other Sahagin have joined us of their own free will, and that we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. Aye, by their deeds have the Limsans proven themselves worthy of our trust. Master Dow, you and your Crescent Tide want only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting this threat together. Threats. Threats? What is this threat you speak of? If it is unity you crave, then submit yourself to our command. Be as the Serpent Reavers. They are the only shorewalkers a Dane call friend. You'd ask us willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the World. I do. For that, and that alone, will ensure peace between us. Preposterous! You propose not alliance, but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for all Sahagin. Do you hear this, my spawn brothers? The shorewalkers have stolen this one's mind. He decries Lord Leviathan and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous wretches have abandoned our god and conspired to drive the faithful from our ancestral home. We must not let this stand. For shame! Forsaken by our spawn brothers, they side with the Finless ones and Blasphemy our Lord Leviathan. They who steal our spawning grounds and slaughter our children. Our future. Uh-oh. Behold this blessing. Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength. You would call this a blessing? Such horrors. Flee! Flee for our lives! Uh-oh. Beast makes for Airport. I'll leave this place to you. Splendid, splendid! All spawn brothers be blessed with such power. This guy's nuts. Well, that was very. That one was about as well as I expected it would. Alright. This thing out of here. This is the second time you saved my life, Endwalker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid. Oh, she's fine. She can handle herself. Uh-oh. He's dead. I was too late. I'm sorry. There's no need for apologies. You're not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dao's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. The fool believes it is a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceable solution will be lost down as Crushing Tide managed to wield these transformations as a weapon against us. I shudder at the very thought. Yet the true threat, the Blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so. The ones to transform are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, and the greater their influence over others. We can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there was more my people could do to help. I'll have the Maelstrom patrol the seas with the Blasphemy that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the Blasphemy too was born from a Sahagin, it could be sheltered in the depths beyond the reaches of our ships. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers now to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. Thank you, Noel. Though through our combined efforts, we may yet weather this threat. As for your brothers, who gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. You have my gratitude, Admiral. I was called a general. And with that, we should return as well. There's much work to be done, and we would see it done quickly. Lord. Oh, that's unfortunate, guy. I'm sorry. Cessla was just sharing her findings. So you see the dangers exactly as the Sahagin described. While Dao and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, 'tis plain they intend to seek one out. Redouble our patrols offshore and inform you of the first sign of anything out of the ordinary. It shall be done, Admiral. A word that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I'll recall forces from Garlemald, yet I'll reserve that as a last resort. For now, I must get to work securing our reinforcements. As such, you remain close by. We may need of your strength all too soon. Our heroes never die. Gamma wrote a message for you, and the news is not good. It appears that a Limsa merchant ship was assailed by a Sahagin raiding party affiliated with the Crushing Tide. To further complicate matters, the vessel in question was carrying a shipment of crystals supplied to us by the kobolds of Omoro. I can never pronounce that name. The Admiral suspects Dao means he used the planet crystals to summon Leviathan. She's gone to meet with Null, that we and our Sahagin allies might take swift action. She bids you join her immediately. Should the worst come to worst, your experience in combating primals may prove essential. We're gonna make for stealth tide gate and rendezvous with Admiral Blow at once. Yep. I live here now. This is what I do. Back and forth to Tide Gate. Lord. I do this for a living. Hello, no. Thank you for coming, Tesla. The situation is grim. The Crushing Tide had plundered one of our trading ships and seized a goodly stash of Omoro crystals. Though the rain was clear, it appears they lacked the quantity needed to perform the summoning. Down longs for the days when every Sahagin cried out for the Lord's advisement's deliverance and will stop at nothing to see them return. I cannot fathom what the Crushing Tide are thinking. What satisfaction would happiness can bring in giving their hearts to the minds to a false god? And so we must thwart their designs, as the bonds we have forged be forever broken. By the same token, we cannot ignore the blasphemy, nor the transformation its presence may bring about. A battle on two fronts, neither of which we can commit at the expense of at the other. As we sail into the eye of the storm, I would hear your counsel. What course of action would you propose? I return to the three great pirate powers for aid. Let's recruit the Yellow Jackets because sounds like a job for the Company of Heroes. Sounds like a job for Company of Heroes. The Company of Heroes? Now that's a name I've not heard in some time. 'Tis true that they answered the call many a time. Indeed, other than you and yours, they are arguably none better suited to the task of primal slaying. But they disbanded over 5 years ago. Neither hide nor hair has been seen of their commander since. Absent their leader, I suspect they'll be reluctant to join our cause. Yeah, I can think of no better option. I'll contact Weeskate, I'm calling him Weiss, their erstwhile commander's right-hand man, and see if he will not hear us out. I'll ask him to meet us at the Drowning Wench. Let's hope he is receptive to our offer. No, may I trust you and your brothers to continue the search for the Blasphemy in the meantime? But of course, Admiral, should we discover anything, you'll be the first to know. Back to Limsa, I live here. My god. Alright. My apologies for the delay. So, our pleader fell on deaf ears. And here I swore 5 years ago that I was done playing hero. Oh. Hello, guy. Could someone explain what this is all about? Believe it or not, I'm a respectable man with respectable obligations these days. Take that pull out of your arse, my old friend, and stop pretending you're not still a murderous bastard at heart. Watch that wicked tongue of yours, Uod. Let's just skewer and prove you right. Nothing like a reunion with the dear companions with a bottle of Winch's finest vintage. That is why we're here, right? Not even close. Long time no I catch up landers, brave flocks, his tummy tinkled? Tummy tickled. Oh my god. Tummy tickled to see gobby friends again. Thank you for sending her on such short notice. Spare us the pleasantries, Admiral. Why are we here? I make a simple request. Reform the company of heroes and lend Limsa your aid. Your strength. You have a reason, I'm sure. I would hear it. So there you have it. A terrible fiend known as a Blasphemy prowls our seas and transforms the Sahagin into ravening beasts. At the same time, the Sahagin themselves, specifically a hostile faction calling themselves the Crushing Tide, have declared their intention to summon Leviathan anew. Should they succeed, we will be hard-pressed to deal with the primal while still dealing with the other threats. A right pickle indeed. But the answer is no. The commander disbanded the company, and as his first mate, it is not my place to gainsay his final order. Saw that, I say. Have you forgotten our company's creed? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Are the people now in danger not the same men and women we fought to defend years ago? The commander will now turn his back on them, neither should we. Bold words, Landonell, but deeds should believe that we can honor them as we are. Old mercenaries past their prime, lacking the commander whose wisdom and prowess saw them to glory once upon a time. Ah yes, your commander. What the fuck is their commander anyway? What if Cessa were to lead you in his stead? Surely you would not question her abilities. Huh. Way to throw it on me. An interesting proposition. I, for one, would not be averse to serving under such a decorated hero. Shit, Gobby friend has a goodly head for fighty think and goodly arms with thinky fight. My god. As ringing as an endorsement as any, but I would hear it from the woman herself. Do you believe you are capable of leading the company of heroes into battle? If you've the stones to follow me. Now that's the confidence I expect from my commander. Very well then, consider us yours to lead. 5 years this day. Truth be told, I was enjoying the more leisurely life. But when duty calls... Wait, before we proceed, I must ask, have we no way of reaching out to the commander? Forgotten how he took his leave, have we? Up and vanishing as we could, each find our own way, apart from him and the company. I doubt we'll see him again, much as I wish we could. To the matter at hand, missions you'll undertake. First, you must aid us in tracking down the blasphemy that roams the sea. Second, you must prevent the Crushing Tide from summoning Leviathan at all costs. Oh, is that all? And I thought we might get our feet wet with a real challenge. But in all seriousness, we should take care to decide who attends to what. Sounds like a job for our acting commander. I'm sure she give it all due consideration. Oh, good. Just leave me up to decisions, huh? So, if I understand this correctly, we're to bring down this so-called blasphemy. Of course, to do that, we'll need to find the damn thing first. We first got to prevent the Crushing Tide from summoning the god Leviathan, a tall order in and of itself. As acting commander, it's your job to decide who will be doing what based on the skills we each have to offer. I would recommend that you start by having a chat with each of us so that you might develop a sense of the strengths and weaknesses. Mostly strengths, of course, of the sort of veterans under your command. Okay. Who's landing us up for the interview first? My specialty, you ask? Why, impaling fiends with this lance of mine, of course. The stronger the foe, the better. None are a match for me. It would be a folly to waste my efforts in dealing with those slippery fishmen. Send me against this so-called blasphemy, I'll have the thing on a skewer before you can say Merwed blow. I mean, it could be good for pursuing the Blasphemy. Let's go for the Blasphemy. A wise choice. Send Lindenel to Sahagin. He's like to help them summon the Leviathan to sate his bloodlust. What can you do? I'll speak plain. I am not some battle-crazed barbarian like Landonel. As none of the U, a tribe of pure hunters, I conduct my affairs with discipline and prudence. As such, I know better than any to rush headlong into battle is rarely the best course of action. Far wiser is to observe from afar and proceed with caution. Maybe the summoning? Very astute, if I do say so myself. There are a few better suited to the task of averting needless bloodshed than the famously circumspect of Uode Nun. Noon? Who are you? As you well know, my vision is somewhat lacking these days. I can still defend myself when necessary, but I'd rather not come to that. My condition also leaves me rather unsuited to scouting and searching. It wasn't always the case, such as life. On the other hand, I like to think I've gotten good at sounding out the intentions of others during negotiations and the like. Maybe primal. You have a keen sense of for these things, I see. More so than reconnaissance or battle, Shamani has a knack for working behind the scenes to see the company's goals achieved. What about my Gabi friend here? Bright Fox master remaker of Illuminati treasures offers much hand lending with ingenuity. Far-seeing spotlight sees far into ocean deep. Crack fires go boom and blast beasts into spitty beat. Okay, that fuck makes it a little difficult. Blasphemy? A logical choice, if I do say so myself. Bright Fox's mastery of tools and armaments are sure to avail you in the tracking and failing that beast. It would seem everyone has their assignments. And I dare say the choices you made are nigh impeccable. If I didn't know better, I'd think you'd been leading us for years. Sweet, I did it alright. Again, I skipped all the scenes, so I did not go through any of those choices of my other character. And with that, it's time we got to work. I have procured link pearls for one and all, and we can keep each other apprised of our progress. You may pick them up from Maelstrom Command. We best be off then. Should we need to regroup or reconsider a strategy, call for us. I'll return to command and share these developments here with the Secretariat of our Sahagin friends. Do join me if you can, Commander Cecila. Huh. I got a promotion. I went from what? The fuck am I? How do you check your thing anyway? How do you check your stupid rank? I went from second lieutenant to commander in a flash. We still got more ranks to go. Technically, you can get to first lieutenant, or as a captain. I think you get as high as captain, but you can't because obviously, it's not available for you. Not you. No! No! You! Cecil, the Admiral, has apprised me of the situation in full. Furnish Cecil with a link pearl, yes? Of course, Admiral. I got another link pearl added to my pocket. Where the fuck did I put all these? It would seem the commander is trying to reach us. Our commander. Company. Hello there, Commander. Just gave the word and I'll come running. Lower your goddamn voice, will you? Watch your tongue, I'll track you down and rip yours out. Huh. I think they sound more like mortal enemies than old companions. That's where Cecil comes in. I'm trusting you to whip them back into shape. Make them a force to be reckoned with. I'll do what I can. I'll have the Secretariat contact you if there are any developments. I'll convey them to the entire company by link pearl, but we cannot afford anyone taking reckless action. In the meantime, I'll reach out to Noel and see what he has gleaned about the Crushing Tide and their hideout. Let's hope for good times, Commander. Grave news, Cecil. We've just received word that the Candlekeep Quay is under attack. Well, it seemed the Crushing Tide struck again. The Admiral asked that you deploy the Company of Heroes at once. Our man here will act as your signaler. Alright, the Company of Heroes is awaiting your orders. Deploy them. Candlekeep Quay? Oh, Lananel. Whoa, Nooner should be close by. What are your instructions? Lananel is a high-headed warrior who lives through a battle, while Ul is a calm and calculating hunter. Both can serve you well, but better if they have assigned to a task suitable to their skills. Have Lananel drive the Crushing Tide away. Consider it done, Commander. And have Ood see the residents to safety. Understood. The rest will also head there at once. I'll tell the Admiral you and the Company of Heroes are on your way. Godspeed. Alright, Candlekeep. Queep? What the fuck is Candlekeep? Morabi. Candlekeep Quay. Okay. Get down here. See what's going on over here. Or not, the tide has already ebbed, and if you would follow my meaning. Alright, let's see what happened here. Perhaps you're curious on how your men carried out your orders. You'll be pleased to hear that Lananel led the attack with his characteristic aplomb, dancing amongst those foes with such speed and ferocity that were dizzying to watch. Uo Noon made full use of his talents in leading the rescue effort. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. I had my doubts at first, but you passed your first trial as acting commander, as acting captain with flying colors. Woohoo! The battle is over, I see. It is good to see the Company of Heroes can still live up to its name. I demand answers. Why did you target Candlekeep Quay? I spit on your questions, filthy Starwalker. I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist. You want to torture us? You Starwalkers are all the same. Savage brutes, a lot of you. Torture? Please, we are not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Brave Flox's shiny treasure will have the fishman trading tongue flaps in no time. Allow me to explain. Shimani, Lamani, and Brave Fox were well practiced in the art of interrogation. Shimani has a sharp mind, as I'm sure you've noticed, and a knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brave Fox, on the other hand, their methods can be unconventional, to say the least, but it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is yours to make. Oh, God. I'll let Shimani Lamai. Brave Fox, I choose you! Use tackle! But of course, Commander. Watch as I get him talking without so much as lifting a finger. They tell me your kind are particularly fond of Lunosian oranges. Might interest you in a glass of delightful orange wine brewed from our latest harvest. This is... another glass, Shorewalker. Demand it in return for the crimes you have committed against my spawn brothers. Your glass, my friend. Why, I'd be more than happy to offer you a full bottle and an entire cask, if you provide us the answers you seek. We have a deal, Shorewalker. For a cask of that blissful beverage, I will tell you all my secrets. That was easy. Give him a bottle, give him a cask of wine, he'll speak. Again, I ask, why did you target Candlekeep Quay? Dao himself gave the order, so we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city. It means to attack Limsa itself, but with your numbers, that would be folly. Speaker Dao commands power beyond the comprehension of your shorewalkers. We have dealt with Leviathan before. You must understand, Speaker Dao say it's a greater power still, the very first being blessed by our Lord. The Blasphemy. Tell me where Dao is. In an island far to the south and east. There he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One to deliver my brothers and I to glory. Thank you for your cooperation. I suspect that Dao is hiding out somewhere in the Sildales, a deserted isle most likely. I don't know much about these so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? We have no evidence they can, but we must operate on the assumption that Dao has found a way. Now we're ready as ship. You set sail for sealed delays at once. Prepare yourselves and meet me at the docks as soon as you're ready. Oh, Shimani and Bravefoss continue the interrogation. In the meantime, our friends here might still be hiding something from us. I guess they can handle themselves, right? Oh, back to Limsa! I live here now. Fisherman! Everyone is here. Good, we make for the sealed delays in search of Dao's hideout. Our friend Noel will be waiting for us there. The Blasphemy too may be present. Be vigilant and keep your weapons at the ready. Well, Commander, do you have any words for your men to leave a battle? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Are we on a... Is this Hullbreak Isle? You meet again, Dao. Where is the Blasphemy? Tell us now so we may end this madness. Uh-oh. Ah. Ugh. Ugly looking thing. Speak of the bloody devil. There it is. The dread beast I saw beneath the waves. The source of our woes. Oh, great. The echo of all the times. Defend the commander. God damn it, Echo. I always gotta come up with the worst possible times. I thought we had control over this. Ew, who the fuck is this? I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched Shorewalkers poison the minds of my spawn boys with false words and foul magics. Our poor beguiled brethren renounce the Leviathan and name him false god. That treat Limsa and some even call for an alliance. You must summon him so that the lost might receive his blessing anew. This what I would gladly do had our stock of crystals had not run dry. Spawning time is nearly upon us, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to birth a new brood when my children grown stand divided? Who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who seek an accord with the Shorewalkers. A new age is upon us. We needn't turn to false gods, nor ferment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning grounds. The Shorewalkers have changed. They endeavor to understand us, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace, and we are spawning grounds. Could this be true? Lies, lies! Do not be deceived by the ones of delusions, my queen. He's a heathen who is strayed from the Lord Leviathan's light. The Shorewalkers are oath breakers, now and forevermore. As they extend on one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger on the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserve naught but slaughter. Oh, for a blessed moment, I felt the faintest touch of hope. But you are right, Tao. We are demons, and we are damned. Oh, for woe! My children have lost their faith. Their minds poisoned by lies. They turn away from the Lord of the world and cast a lot with the enemy. 'Tis so, my queen, 'tis so. We will have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning ground and sink to the ocean's floor to rot and decay. Oh, Tao, dearest of my children, you tell them that we have no future. How can I bring new life into this world knowing that my brood will have their hearts stolen and abandon me? How can I oh god. I cannot! What is happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Oh. Such power, such beauty! Blessing from Lord Leviathan himself. This guy's an asshole. He pushed her. This guy's an ass. He pushed her to it. So this is blasphemy, eh? I can tell what all the fuss was about. Have your wits about you? Good. If you can fight, now's the time. Strike now, my queen! Send the Shorewalkers and their hollow as leader to her death. Uh-oh. What's that? Nope. What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Why, Mother? Are we not your children too? Absolutely not. Damn it! Cannot weather to blow like that. Blow like the last. Who's that? I still don't know what in the seven hells just happened, but I'll be damned if I'm going down without a fight. Steady! The beast is feeding on our ether. We will not survive a head-on fight. Well, I don't know. Whoa! Remember the company's strategy when faced with overwhelming odds. Nope. Retreat! Retreat! Get ourselves the bloody hells out of here. Who's this guy? This is the commander. Oh, hello, guy. This is their commander. We finally get to see the commander. The fabled commander who has been missing for all these years. Damn it all! We'd have better luck holding back that we'd have better luck holding back the tide. How goes the friends? That's what I would normally ask, but judging from their muttering cursing, I would gather did not go all that well. We barely escaped our lives. To think that the damn beast had the power to stop us in our tracks. Literally. What do we know of the creature's origins? Was it once a Sahagin as you suspected? And you have the echo afforded Cecil some insight. Dao's villainy knows no bounds. Someone sees the despair in their Queen Mother's heart that she might transform into that monstrosity. If she was the first to turn, then there was nothing deliberate about it. Still, it's clear that his words served as a catalyst. If we kill the Blasphemy, it'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagin's queen. That's not going to endear us to them one bit. I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life. Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? Were it not for them, we'd all be dead. I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. Our scouts tell me that the Blasphemy has left the island and now roams the open sea. I will order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find a means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again, we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy, first you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter? The power is the ether that is the power to absorb ether. That's the most important one. I concur. Now we know how the beast disables its foes, we can use this knowledge to devise a proper defense against it. But that is not all we have learned. While Blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. I will send scouts to identify any and all large caverns and coastal areas that should serve as a shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people and to have any hope for peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle we must win. Our strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. Okay. Poor guy. It's a tough decision for him. Come, let's share our findings with the Maelstrom. Alright. It's a tough decision for Noel. He's in a bad, he's not in a very ideal spot. The ideal crossroad, I should say. Now that you've seen that the Blasphemy is capable of ourselves, 'tis more plain to me than ever that it must be slain. Reach out to all trade ships entering and departing Limsa. Inform them that any signs of the Blasphemy are to be reported to the Maelstrom Command at once. Understood. But given the beast's abilities, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes in Cessa, experienced primal slayers at all, will find a way. And yet, I would leave no recourse untapped. There is one more whose expertise I would call upon, if you would agree. Even Weiss, as at a loss as to his former commander's whereabouts, may have Ainzar could offer some guidance. Ainzar? No doubt you're still fatigued from the battle of the Blasphemy. Pray rest while you're able. When you're ready to take further action, you'll hear from me. Till then, take care. I'm ready to do more. Cessa, I wish I had better news for you, but the Blasphemy continues to elude us. Oh, got a phone call. Hang on. Ring, ring. Can you hear me, Commander? This is Weiss. I have an idea how I might take down the Blasphemy. Meet me in Costa del Sol as soon as you're able. Ah, well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed and stay safe out there. Guess we're going somewhere different. Hey, Luis. Apologies for having you come all this way, Cecila. Ever since our encounter with the Blasphemy, I've been racking my brain to finding a way to dealing with its debilitating attack. Sadly, I've come up empty-handed, and my companions fare no better. That's when I started thinking. If only our finest was still with us. He always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp, he could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. It's thanks to him that we were able to slay both Leviathan and Titan, and live to tell the tale. The rub is, well, he's a bit eccentric. Yes, I know you can say that about all the company members. But unlike us, he prefers work from the shadows. Truth be told, I've not seen him since the day we disbanded. I doubt he'd help us his old comrades even if we asked. But an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him. Whistle up the fork road, and sooner or later he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, broad sunlight or dead of the night. He'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. But I rambled on enough. Go on now. This may be our best and only hope. Alright. Off we go. Where am I going? Fork Road? Here was enjoy my retirement. Why'd you have to go and bloody whistle? You say that, but you came to help me out. Call me Lawrence. I'm the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just curious at how my former mates are faring. Not as curious as folks were about me, though. First Weiss, then old Mistbeard himself. Ha! As if those old cottagers could ever catch me. And now Aero's your storied hero summons me forth. No need to say why. You're gonna ask me to help you take down the Blasphemy. I'm not asking, I'm ordering you. You have a hard bargain. I like that. Who might have refused an order from the company's acting commander? So tell me, acting commander, what specific duty would you task me with? I trust you do have a plan. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you like getting up close and personal with your foes, so you'll be needing support from a distance. Who do you suppose might be best suited for that role? You, of course. Damn right, my eyes are among the keenest in the realm, as you've doubtless heard from Weiss. In pure marksmanship, none in Limsa are the Admiral's equal. Yet Meroweb is ill-suited for his supporting role. Not for lack of skill, of course, but rather... Come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. I didn't take the image off, I'm sorry. I forgot about the image. I forgot I had even had it up. My bad. Where am I going? I'm going up. Quite the view, what did you say? I come here to admire the sea. If you would, indulge me for a moment, I'll spin you a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Back in piracy's golden age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rotano. I was one of them, as was Meroweb. We were led by none other than her old man, Blofus. What the fuck? Blofuswin. Getting really creative with the names there. Blofuswin, really? The most feared captain on the high seas. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiving though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. Aye, he was like a father to me. To us all. Till that fateful day. It was in the year 1562, the Sixth Astral Era. The Limsa merchantmen were struggling with nigh and constant raids by the Sahagin. Around this time, Blofus was yielded the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Meroweb, his pride and joy. She was still growing the role, though, and everyone knew that the old captain was still calling the shots. Old Blofus had a noble streak, he did. Ordered us to defend the traders and the fishbacks. Meroweb led the effort, and we fought day after day to keep the sea safe. The fight was fierce, but we always came out of it in one piece. Until we didn't. Until after a skirmish, Sahagin's survivor, with his last breath, summoned the Lord of the World. The great beast toppled our masts and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantman as our own ship sank. Not to do but wait for the end. But then comes Blofus with his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere and pulls us out of the fire. And he did. But the League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again. For even though we skipped our lives, we soon discovered that the Captain Blofus, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen into Leviathan's thrall. Ugh. Of course, in those days we didn't know much about drowning or tempering, didn't know what to make of our captain as he grew more haggard by the day. His words devolved into crazed rambling. Then one day he vanishes, taken off with half of our men. Not long after, a band of pirates calling themselves the Serpent Reavers began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep alongside the Sahagin. At their helm was none other than Captain Blofus, who cast his lot with his fishbacks. Meroweb knew what had to be done. At her credit, she didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under cover at night with the skeleton crew without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo hold and joining her on the voyage. She was none too happy to see me at first. Wanted to leave me out of it, she said. Seeing as I made myself known that when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Her twin muskets failing one after the next, as my sharpshooter kept us safe from the far, we cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Blofus, or rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to. All bones, with skin shriveled and tangled in a tangled mat of white hair, eyes bulging from his head like a fish that he'd prayed to the Lord of the World. Meroweb challenged him to a duel, and a dim memory that must have flickered in his drowned mind, for he accepted. And so, with only me to witness it, Meroweb ended her father's life. The League of Lost Bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Meroweb. A sea soon full command restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident as when it was named Chief Admiral of Limsa. I often think back upon that day, seeing her charge into battle, muskets ablazing. It might seem reckless to some, but that's how Captain Blowfist taught her, and how she knows no other way. That's why I made it my job to support her from the shadows, and it's a role in which I'll apply aptly to serve again. I owe that much to her, old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me, but watching you from afar has answered that question. Aye, tell Waste and the rest of my no-good companions that Lauren stands with them. Well, I got support, I guess. Thanks, guy. I appreciate it. Got a history lesson out of it, too. Alright, Weiss! I got some good news for you. Did Lawrence show himself? Ha! No, that was a surprise. I had some hope of your words not reaching, but never did I imagine you would agree so readily. Just one thing, Cecila. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention Lawrence's involvement to the company. Ladinel in particular. They'll find out soon enough regardless. Bitter rivalry? At any rate, this gives us new hope in our battle against the Blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Our scouts are on the lookout for the creature as we speak. The latest reports that we believe we're drawing ever closer. And with that, I best get back to it. Can I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom? Till we meet again, Commander. Back to Limsa we go. Oh, lordy lord. Got one more to do. The search for the Blasphemy continues, though I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. A marksman in the name of Lawrence, eh? The Admiral will be pleased. Of course, we won't have much to call for his skills until the Blasphemy is found. Rest well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Lawrence, why does that ring a bell? I guess you'll find out. Right now! Despite our best efforts, the Blasphemy continues to elude us. For the time being, we... Sorry to interrupt, but we have an incoming communication from Weiss. Commander, we've snared ourselves a Blasphemy. Well, we've our erstwhile companion Ryol to thank. Knowing the creature was once the Sahagin queen, he kept a close eye on the spawning grounds. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. After receiving word, Shamani Lomani directed the Maelstrom warships in the vicinity to herd the beast with a cannon fire into the Satasha Sea Grot. Isolated as the Sea Grot is, we can engage our foe without putting small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Duty is just to protect the strong is to protect the weak. You don't have to tell me twice. I've been aching for a rematch. Rushing blindly ain't no go as poor as for you did the first time. Ha! Knowing you, I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Now, can we not save our vitriol? I can never say this word. For the core which I've lured into a perfect spot that is now waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery. Brightfoss Gobby Boom blasts over Big Blasphemy into bitty pieces. A motley crew you'll never find, but will serve you well in the when the battle is joined. Don't believe you me. This is Marrowweb. I will ready a warship at once. Assemble outside the wench once we've all seen your preparations. Lord, slow times come. I shall pray for your victory. Okay, let's do it. Got a thing amongst the things here. So that's how the others should be along soon. Let's do this. Blasphemy is still contained within the Sastasha Seagraw. There it'll meet its end, Navigator willing. What then my brothers could and I could join you in battle, and yet, blasphemous though it may be, that beast was once her mother. I understand, no. Forgive us what we must do. Were there any means to reverse the transformation, we would do all in our power to bring your mother back. However, there was nothing left for her to save. For the future of the Sahagin and Limsa and Limsa alike, the blasphemy must be laid to rest. And when the deed is done, I will bring your brothers, in the crushing tide, aboard the great ship we call Vilbrand. I do not want to slay your mother. This thing she has become, a mindless beast who would enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It is not her. It is not. Remember this always. You must. I will not ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. When the time has come to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Admiral, all you see is true, and yet... Commander, I've sighted a sight of fishbacks crushing tide, most like heading straight for the Seagraw. You best make your way here, and fast. Time to move out then. Any words for your men before we set sail? Don't go dying me out there. Heh, the new commander is sounding more and more like the old one. But enough talk. It's time to show the realm the commander and company of heroes hasn't lost a step. Okay, they're eager to go. We'll stand better a chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up. Sess and I will go together while the rest of you take a different route. Let us brook no further delay. This is Tasha. My queen, I beg you, please show your loyal son mercy. I ain't getting a mercy from her. Oh, he's dead. It's down. Or what's left of him. Speaker down! Why would our queen do such a thing? As the Endwalker say, what we thought as a blessing is ensured the terrible curse. The horror we must away at once. I need the Endwalkers to face our queen and mother alone? No, I will stand with them. You mustn't seal your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go! Forgive me. Hello, guy. Thanks for showing up. I was beginning to think you wandered off a cliff, Lawrence. Huh. Unless you say it like that, I prefer to think of myself as fashionably late. But enough talk. It comes. Here it comes. We're counting you, Lawrence. Leave it to me. I know his weakness escapes my eyes. Just one shot here, and... Aye, there we go. See how easy that was? I reckon you can do it too, acting commander. Alright. If you don't take out those orbs, there'll be nothing before it starts. You ready? Triggers won't work on us anymore, ain't that right, acting commander? Is that all you got? Time to put you out of your misery. My shit's out of order. Alright. My children! Where to go? Best be wary. Oh. Moment of truth. Is it? I don't know about that. There's no end to them. Prepare yourselves. Please perform for duty. Now the real fun begins. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's finish this deed. Alright. Oh, what a dick. Just in time. Blasphemy's a portal in the ether. A bad thing about this. It's in the ether, is it? We best finish off those beasts quickly. Luis, defend us with your blade. Yeesh. Such power. Here it comes again. Steel yourselves. Great Flox feels ouchy. That's enough ether to go blasting this entire island. We better work fast. We stand with you. As do we for the future of the Indigo Deep. No. And the question tide. Let's stand as one, my friends. All without gone, this is our chance to strike. That was easy. Fucking steamrolled him. Ha! Oop. I'll not ask you forgiveness. This I promise. You will be remembered for the mother you were. Admiral, I have no words. Queen Mother returns the depths in eternal slumber. With your strength, you could have crushed us easily. Why did you spare our lives? The beasts and blasphemies are born from despair in our hearts, but no more. I would break the cycle. Though Tao may have been blind to it, I believe in a future where Sahagin and Limsa can live in harmony. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds, and it is there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, I know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. Once you have selected a suitable location, Limsa will recognize and honor your claim. I promise which you are grateful, Admiral, but what of other peoples of Vilbrand? The kobolds are open to the idea. The details will need to be negotiated, but I am confident we can reach an agreement. Sahagin, Kobold, and Limsa alike yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. I've never fallen alongside shorewalkers before, but I must say, it felt good. We have fought our neighbors for generations. It has won us only suffering and tragedy. I beg of you, lay down your spears. It will take time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. Oh. He's trying to sneak off. They're not letting him get away. I dare say we have a lot of talking to as well, don't we, Commander Lawrence? Oh. Oh, I don't know if you'd just allow me to explain. Is that the actual commander? Huh. Let's be on before they drag us into this mess. I guess that's the actual. I guess he's the actual commander, huh? Not some sharpshooter from the shadows. Alright, guy, confess. What's your story? Perfect time, acting commander. You must save me from this bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lawrence, let's hear your excuse, and it had better be a good one. Why in the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadows while we did all the dirty work? Ha! Well, you'd not be any happier if I'd show myself sooner. I can hear your whinging now. What, you think we could handle this on our own? Aye, and I'd be bloody furious regardless. Don't think I've forgotten what happened, or what it didn't happen on the day of our duel. Even though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited for some goddamn more, and still you never turned up. But I've got you now, and I will have satisfaction. Given Lauren's pension for late arrivals, I couldn't help but worry too. To say he cut it fine would be an understatement. And not by choice as usual. My scouts observed him roaming near Costa del Sol not so long ago. It would seem our commander's willful sense of direction has not improved in the least. I'm honestly surprised he never realized that, and now that was to blame for his extreme tardiness. That the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed location of your duel, and after the sun had risen set half a dozen times. The Navigator, take me! Shimani, you promised that would stay between the two of us. Brave Fox, you have a kind word or two for your old commander, don't you? Commander Lawrence, Commander no more. New commander, a friend of Gabi's everywhere. Does many sweat works for Gabi kind. Huh. Sorry, you've been ousted. And here I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come now, Lana, now you know better than me. You know me better than. Nope. Then it's settled. We fight here now. On your guard. Put that thing down, I say. You could have hurt someone with that. Hard to believe he was once the glue that held us this merry band together. That's right. If you hadn't realized this, the obvious, Lawrence is our former commander. Forgive me for not saying it plainly sooner. I didn't want you to think we doubted your leadership. He's got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Anyhow, I think we can all say your stint as acting commander has been a rousing success. Now I reckon it's about time we gave your final order. Should company heroes band break once more? Brave Fox never liked parting with Gabi friends. Here, here. I may have complaints, but when we're together, a good fight's never far away. You hardly need a company or commander to get you that. And should Limsa be in peril, there's nothing stopping us from rising to the occasion. Till then, we are all strong enough on your own right. Why not serve the weak in your own ways? Lord, what am I doing here? You've had quite the turn of duty, but all good things come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways? Give Geji Ryuji my regards. Let's not disband it. Let's keep it going. Ah, finally gonna have some semblance of peace again. At least as much as a peace as a man can enjoy, waiting at hand and foot on the Lord of Costa del Sol. I may have been rough sailing at times, but I'd rather enjoy serving under you, Acting Commander Cecil. Over you, Ananel. Well, if you've something to say, let's hear it. Return to the whalers and keep murdering to a minimum. Ha! That's what I needed to tell you. While I enjoy the diversion, I know as well as any that my true place is in Gridania, leading a respectful life. You may not, You may not have been the perfect commander, but 12 is my witness. I'll hope to fight by your side again. Farewell. I wait your orders, Commander. Well, look after you. I have my responsibilities. A tribe that wants my guidance and protection. I can ill afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it is with some regret that I take my leave. For other for other faults, which may they have many, they are my companions, and I will miss them. Alright, Brave Fox, what's going on? Brave Fox wants busy work. Brave Fox awaits Uplander's uplifts. No more cheese wars, please. Brave Fox feels heavy heart, but accepts Uplander's bossy words. Brave Fox has good times and happy feels gotta be friends. But good times will come again, and when they do, new boomsticks will bring Blasty Doom with much fastness. Goddamn. How much, Shamani? Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest Bacchus. Indeed. I mean, in return of wine for as soon as I've tied up and final loose ends here. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages. Left to sleep in your barrels for many a summer. They come out tasting better than ever. One might say the same about our own company. Alright, Lawrence, what's up? On that note, I ought to be on my way. Slipping away again, are we? You are a creature of habit. I resent you for the time for it at the time, you know, but I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and not serve as an example for glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy, a man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. But more importantly, the age belongs to the new blood. I've had my day in the sun. If you succeed in brokering peace with the basement, there will be no need for worry about primals, and the company go into permanent retirement. And then I can say I did right by the old man. If you hadn't been there for us both, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. Thank you, Lawrence. Brother. Oh. But I did nothing. It was you who shouldered Captain Blowfist's burden, and that of the entire league. I'm sorry, Merweb. I know it hasn't been easy for you. But I dare say you worked hard enough. Maybe us company folk aren't the only ones needing retirement. But I've said too much. Lawrence holding his tongue. God, you have changed. But yes, my greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead, as we steer the great ship of Vilbrand towards a new future. I mean, that's certainly true. Who knows what's gonna be after this? Heh, you truly are your father's daughter. I owe my thanks too. Dare say you did almost as good as a job keeping my men to task as I could have done. Call it a hunch, but something tells me our paths may cross again. But forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you. I've never seen you before. Not unlike my old friend, Miss Beard. I prefer to keep my past in the past. And with that, I'm off. Take care of yourselves. I'm sure he'll be back when we do the big roundup for role quests when they're all done. The Blasphemy is no more, but we'll never know Blasphemy peace until the crushing tide agrees to lay down their arms. It'll be a daunting task, but as we saw in Sastasha, they are not beyond reason. I'll do all my power to see that all your efforts and the sacrifices of my brothers be not in vain. Forgive us. Even after being freed from false gods' thralls, we still clung to our hateful beliefs. It was easier to hearken to Speaker Dallas' every word and turn a blind eye to the harsh truth. Easier and cowardly. I'll return and speak with my brothers of the crushing tide. I will tell them of my brother's Queen Mother's sacrifice and the visions of hope you have shared with us. I ask only that you give us time and trust us to make our own decision. You have my word. If you would not be averse, let us return to the spawning ground together. Adventurer, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I will repay you the only way I know how, by doing my part to usher in a new age where Shorewalker and Sahagin stand as one. Alright, Marrowweb. Any closing arguments from you? Just us now, it would seem. Ever since we achieved the measure of peace with the kobolds, I pray that this day would come. Though it is, of course, only beginning, negotiations must be held, and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. But such things always accompany meaningful progress. The history of Vilbrand is one of bloodshed, but we have the power to change our ways. After all, it is clear we are united more by our similarities than we are divided by our differences. I will share what I have seen of the Sahagin with my fellow Limsans and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. For it must be a harmony and not foisted upon them from above, but one which they aspire to be of their own free will. No doubt, no one as brothers feel the same. Again, you haven't come to Limsa's aid. My aid at a time when we needed it most. When next we meet, I hope 'twill not be as admiral and adventurer, but as friends. Mayhap trading war stores over ales at the Wench. That'd be nice. But for now, I must return to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. If you happen to pass through Radzahan, pray share your exploits are delicate there. Doubtless he'll be interested to hear your first-hand account. Okay. One day I will lay down these muskets of mine for good. Not yet, Father. Not yet. One day. One day, maybe. We can only hope. To Radzahan! Hey, guy. Cecily, return and pray tell what news from my homeland. It's all settled and done. Extraordinary, and a chance of peace with the Sahagin. These are heartening tidings indeed. And without a doubt, you have helped dispel the pall of despair that once hung over all Vilbrand. Our people now bask in a newfound hope. I must share the news of the others. Full glad will be they to hear that the threat to Limsa is no more. Thank you again, my friend. Oh good, I can now dye the DPS gear, which I've already seen on my other character, which is not great. The scythe is just essentially all pink. So, obviously I won't be using it anyway, because I got this. But anyway, we got 2 world quests left to do. The rank, I just dropped my controller. My range DPS, and the melee, or not melee, magic DPS. So those are the only 2 we gotta go, and then we can do the big wrap-up quest, assuming that's in the game yet. I don't know if that's in the game yet. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And trying to think here. Yeah, probably the next video will be the rank or the magic DPS, because I plan on doing summoner Well, not plan. I'm already in the process of doing Summoner right now. So that will probably be next, unless there's something else that I haven't done, or something else that or unless something else comes out. It's either that or the Heavenstern event that should be coming up in a little while, in a couple days or so. So we'll see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.